Candlelight has gone out. Some will win and some will lose. Nothing much else to say. Thought I was searching for something. Door has closed, not a sound. Take a look how I am now. Still I smile and don't speak. Will you please slow down? Slow down.
Hi, I'm Eugene, and welcome to the Envelop YouTube channel. Envelop is a cross-chain protocol to provide NFT with real value. With Envelop, you can make a non-fungible token on any physical or digital object, fine-tune your NFT, discover its right price, and trade it, regardless of the blockchain. Whoever you are in NFT, creator, investor, trader, blockchain game or a metaverse developer, or marketplace, Envelop will likely be useful for your goals. Here you will find demo videos, interviews with NFT market participants, AMA sessions with founders, and much more. Subscribe on the channel for staying tuned and hit the bell button for not missing the future episodes. And join our Telegram chats in English and Russian for further discussions. Subscribe on the channel for staying tuned.
Everybody, welcome to the weekly Fridays AMA sessions with Envelop NIFTSY. I'm Eugene, and my guest as always is the co-founder and the CEO of NIFTSY, or Envelop NIFTSY, as you like, Alex Shedogubov. Alexander, great to have you again.
Everybody.
Are we okay with the live air? Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thanks for your questions on Twitter. Our live sessions, AMA sessions, are going to be weekly, so you will have enough opportunity to ask founders of Envelop in Telegram chat, in live sessions, and so on and so forth. Right now, please subscribe on the channel, like, share if you like, share, promote on your social media if you like Envelop, if you are the member of Envelop Telegram chat. Join Telegram chat if you are not already a member, because up to 20,000 people in English speaking Telegram chat are already there, and the hot discussion is running every second there. That's a nice place to ask about Envelop NIFTSY. Hope you are involved in Web3 movement and the NFT movement. Otherwise, you would have been the NIFTSY fans. So, your questions, please ask anything you like. Anything you like to ask founders. It's a great opportunity to ask founders directly in live stream. The live chat is on the right side of the YouTube stream. So we got the first questions. We will be running a bit quickly because we have only up to 60 minutes for our AMA session. So guys, user asks, tell more about microDAO, how it works and how can be used by users. Just as an answer on this question, and further I will ask you about the news. First, but nonetheless, let's start with the question. The microDAO, how it works, how it can be used by users.
It's our core part of our architecture of DAO. So to say simpler, it's kind of each case we realize. So for example, when we integrate to marketplace or when we integrate in the game, it's the case. So each case have its costs for integration and development. We see each case as a kind of a business entity, so which will generate incomes. So we offer to divide all our use cases, not just to let users stake their NFTs tokens into whole Envelop DAO, but give them an opportunity to choose what they see more perspective. For example, they see that gaming will be more desirable by users, so they can choose projects which we integrate with games and stake their tokens there, so they will share our costs and share our incomes. So the whole incomes will be divided proportionally to the amount of stock, to the amount of stake, what each person has done. And then it will be automated by smart contract and goes to the person who staked these tokens. And if you say about further development of this concept, when we got more cases, we will give opportunity to stake not just in each project or a whole Envelop DAO, but choose sectors like Metaverse, games, DeFi, GameFi, and I think there can appear some more.
Excellent. I plan to ask first about the news, but I was so hurry and asked the first question. So I am correcting myself. We finished another week of work. What are the goals and tasks Envelop team has successfully completed till the end of today's week? The main core goals you are very proud of and all the team are proud of.
So during this week, we mainly focused on cases, especially on understanding of monetization. We decided about some models, and we are close to execute the first payable case. So I think that next week we'll get first income from our protocol. So for us, it's kind of a big step to get first income from our protocol, which we started in early March, just in MVP. So there's a confirmation from the market that we created something that's desirable by projects and they are ready to pay for it. And also we began discussing with game projects or some from Animoca exact cases. Just deciding what mechanics can be more desirable and useful now on the market. And as for rental cases, we began planning with our digital exact roadmap of integration into their marketplace and into their metaverse to let the users first have non-pledged rental of NFTs inside game.
Excellent. Let's go further with questions. We have a lot of questions on every AMA session, and this is due to create community. By the way, the community of Envelop NIFTSY has recently reached 50,000 people in all channels, on Telegram, YouTube, and so on and so forth. That's a great milestone. All the greetings, first of all, to the community, to our team, for all the guys who worked hard for reaching this milestone. That's a mess. 50,000 people of community. That's a great. So let's go further. And Martin Green asks again, remind me guys, please, how to create wrapped NFT with Envelop.
So you just need to go to the app, you type in the browser app.envelop.is. So our browser, the browser will open our the app. Then you connect your wallet and choose network, and then you have to input a number of smart contracts of NFT which you intend to wrap and its ID. And then you will be transferred to main window of the app, where you will see preview of an NFT which you are going to wrap. Then you create collateral for it. You can create. You're not obliged, but you can. You choose what assets you want to put inside it, like basis prices. Then you are setting up fees. This is meant the tokens, and you can choose tokens which will be taken on every transaction made and put inside collateral. So you can do it or not. For example, if you just need to put assets inside, can be static. But if you want it to be dynamic, you choose fees. And then you can choose a percent of royalty, which will be taken from this portion of transactional fees paid as a royalty. And this amount, for example, if you choose that 100 tokens will be put inside collateral on every transaction and chose 20% royalty, then 20 tokens will go to the address of the person who wrapped it as a royalty, and 80% will be deposited into the collateral of wrapped NFT. And then you are able to set up locks on time. For example, you can wrap this NFT for 1 year, 2 years. During this time, it will be impossible to unwrap this NFT and to get assets from the inside. It's the assets which were put inside as static collateral and all dynamic funds which have fulfilled this wrapped NFT. And you can set up also value lock. For example, you want that the collateral should achieve a price of 100K USDT, and only in that case it will be possible to unwrap this NFT and get something from the inside. You can make both locks on time and value, or choose one of them. If you choose both of them, so they have to be executed all to one. For example, 2 years have to pass, and the collateral should achieve this amount, and only in that case it will be possible to unwrap the NFT. So when you formed all the settings, you press wrapping button, confirms transactions needed to be paid in MetaMask. Wait while network will approve. So our protocol don't charge any fees for that. All fees are paid only into the network where you are wrapping it. It can be Ethereum chain, Binance Smart Chain, and Polygon. Afterwards, it's done. You will be transferred to dashboard where you will see all your wrapped NFTs or NFTs that are waiting to be wrapped, and see what settings you have implemented to them, and a bit of statistics above. And when, for example, you received a wrapped NFT and conditions are met to unwrap this NFT, you also see it in dashboard, and just choose the NFT, press unwrap button, confirms transactions, and you will receive to your wallet the original NFT from the inside of this wrapped NFT and all assets which were collected inside. So it's in general how it works in the basic mechanics.
Okay, thank you, Martin. Hope you're satisfied with the answer of Alex. Rekdot asks a very good question. Perhaps he's going to be the champion of today's. How do Envelop work? Does Envelop work with layer 2 and rollups? An excellent question. Agree?
So we are developing this use case now. We started first tests. The main idea is that we want to wrap this liquidity, which is in rollups or payment channels, and let this liquidity that is not used in these channels. For example, we got liquidity inside this channel for 1 million equivalent, but we use only 500,000. Then we can wrap this rest of this unused liquidity into NFTs and give this NFT to other projects who want to use this liquidity. So we just started these cases, and I think that during winter we'll develop first half or MVP case, and then we'll offer our community to take part in testing of these rollups or payment channels.
Okay, Stefan Tent asks, can you tell us when you will be integrating Ziliqa and WAX blockchain? Is that in Envelop plans, Alex?
It's under development. So as for Ziliqa, I think that it can be executed before New Year. So there are some technical aspects that are being solved now, but I think execution will be before New Year. And as for WAX, it's also possible to be finished closer to New Year. So not long to wait for this.
Okay, so guys, If you're waiting, you will receive all the blockchains you love, because Envelop is a blockchain agnostic solution. It's cross-chain solution regarding either layer third. Listen to our Manoscope advisor, Vladimir Popov. He will explain a lot of, read to Medium. He writes a lot of there about layers. Traveler Voyage asks, I saw that you get inspired by Genesis shard. Are you developing a Launchpad, Launchpad? I do not understand the question exactly. If you do understand, answer. If you don't understand, Alex, let's go further. Did you understand?
As I understood, person read articles of Vladimir about layer 3 solutions. So I think that he understood it well, because it's written very simple with good examples. As for Launchpad, I will answer. We created our own. Maybe you also have taken part before our IDO in distribution of our tokens inside wrapped NFTs with time locks. Now we are discussing to implement this Launchpad into existing Launchpads to give them additional solutions, so it can be used like now we have different rounds, for example, for tokens with vesting periods and different prices. So it's this realized centralized way, but due to our solution, we can execute it in decentralized way and not splitting into rounds. So we can hold it in once. For example, there is one portion of token sold with 100% unlock with high prices the same day, another portion with locks for half a year inside wrapped NFTs, and third, for example, with lock for a year and a lower price. It can be done now. Also, we are upgrading our own Launchpad to let any project place their tokens there. So it would be divided into pages. So each page for each project. I think that it will be executed about 1 or 2 weeks. So, for example, if any project want to launch a portion of their tokens using this mechanic, it can be done practically tomorrow. So, if they want. If you say about integrations into current Launchpads, it will take time on their side about creating front end and some integration of smart contract. So, it's, I think, 2 possible options.
Walter White asks, what is the technology behind Envelop protocol, how it works? May we answer shortly? The blockchain technology, of course, or maybe some others. Blockchain, NFT, all the building blocks, right? Or maybe we have something special in answer. I think that's the typical answer. Okay, Phil Bratkin asks, one of the most popular questions in our community, what industry you need the Envelop technology most of all, about use cases? I think we'll be answering on this question every AMA. What are the use cases of Envelop? Let's repeat again, Sasha.
So I will start from use cases that we have already implemented. The first use case for our clients, it was about event organizers when they needed kind of gift NFTs to be dropped to their visitors or their colleagues. And they wanted that inside these NFTs will be tokens of sponsors or partners of these events. So we did it for CGC1 Game Summit. And afterwards, also we're partners from WoW Summit in Dubai that passed in the end of October. So we got about 2 drops using this mechanic. To say shortly, we just wrapped about several thousand NFTs and dropped it to the addresses that gave us the organizers of these events with tokens inside. Or in some cases, these tokens were dropped afterwards. So it's there is not only one possibility to put tokens inside. When we got a wrapped NFT with collateral, it's refillable. Then now we are finishing up integration with NFT stars into marketplace when we'll give ability to wrap users their NFTs. So it's easily duplicated to any other marketplace. So this first case gave us a lot of knowledge about possible problems we can face with. So we solve them, and now it will be much more easier to implement to others. Third portion of cases, it's all about games. We are now integrating with several games. So the main case is that the tokens inside collateral will stand for the power of a game item, or it can be, for example, the more value, the more powerful item is, or for example, that we can split up that there is collateral and there are, for example, 5 different tokens, and each token stands for one characteristic of an item: steel, strength, power, and some other possible function that can be for a game item. And these tokens can be tokens from the market, from already traded, or game issuers can emit additional tokens of their platform to let users buy it to upgrade their NFT items. So this way we can give more creativity for NFTs to be unique and to have better performance inside games. And one of most interesting cases on my side is development of non-pledged rentals, because it will give a good boost to secondary market of NFTs. And we will not oblige users to pledge funds to rent some racing car, for example, and pledge 20K or 30K just to pay it for 1 or 2 days or week. So it will be executed by the protocol and controlled by the protocol. And also one important thing is about distribution of prize funds. For example, when we already say about this mechanics between the person and the owner of this race car, the renter of this race car, and maybe the platform or rights owners of this intellectual property. So we are just executing this case of multi-royalties. We named it multi-royalty, and also it will be ready before the end of this year. And if we say about long-term vision and long-term projects, it's all about working with liquidity, as previously was mentioned about tokenizing payment channels, same as rollups, making it cross-chain way when we can wrap liquidity on one chain in NFT and emit, for example, in simplest execution on other chain that will be supported by NFT locked on one chain and emitted on second chain, and it will be all controlled by our Oracle. Unless the NFT on second chain isn't burned, it's impossible to unlock NFT on first chain. If we move just to one of our final purposes at current moment that we see in perspective of a year, maybe a year and a half, it's about creation of decentralized derivatives, decentralized secured derivatives, when we have to form a basis for derivative, and on each new step we have to form a new security for each derivative. So these are main use cases we see. There are more which are more detailed, but main are these.
Okay, Stefan asks, I saw that you were very interested in the GameFi theme. How will you integrate it, Envelop with their protocol? What exactly protocol do you mean, Stefan? But it seems to me that Alex have partly answered about this. So if you do consider that you haven't answered exactly about GameFi, add something.
Yeah, maybe he meant that how this game will see original NFT inside wrapped NFT and act with it like with original one. So there is one method needed to be added to the smart contract of the game, and so it's not rocket science to add it and let the game use it as original one and give its new opportunities. So I think it's just about 2 lines of code, and it's okay.
Okay, Euro Trading asks, how microDAO correlate with the main concept of NFT wrapping of the protocol? Seems to me that we have already answered in the beginning of the session about microDAO. If we may add something, Alexander, let's add. If we completely answered in the beginning about microDAO correlating with the main concept of NFT, let's go further. I hope we answered. Yes. Traveler Voyager, are you planning to integrate more blockchains soon? Yes, we're planning. We will be integrating. Alexander answered about Ziliqa, WAX, and other. That's a simple question. Yes.
Avalanche is also in in testnet now, but I think it's possible to launch it during winter in mainnet, and then probably we'll focus on flow and afterwards cross-chain solutions like Polkadot and Atom.
Waxmax asks, when Envelop launch an MVP? A strange question, right?
In March of 2021, it was launched.
MVP has already been launched in March 2020, 21st, 8 months, if I'm figuring out correctly, ago. Vlad Romanova asks, will Envelop work somehow with the trend of Metaverse? Totally yes. How your technology applies here. The great question, Vlada. What about Metaverse and Envelop session?
There's a great plenty of opportunities for our protocol there. About wrapping things, there is multiple assets that can stand for land, buildings, outfit, and others. So what we can do, we can make additional value to each asset, forming collateral and making this collateral dynamic on every transaction. Especially if we add their royalties, we can give more economic mechanics into it. So the game itself, I mean, the Metaverse, they can add additional monetizations, or owners of currently emitted NFTs standing for land or buildings also can add additional monetization, especially they are able to open a secondary market of rentals of these game NFTs inside Metaverse. Not only game, but for example, as I know, there are even businesses in Metaverse like rentals of houses or lands launched there, and for sales of these lands. As we see, there will be one more trend. It's about luxury branded goods inside NFTs, and here will stand our multi-royalty concept, which will distribute for funds which should be given as royalty to owners of this IP. For example, for Sandbox as one of Metaverses who let our protocol work there and who signed the contract with our owners of this IP inside their Metaverse, and for the person who wrapped this luxury good, for example, he can also receive it. And as the protocol not the only part of our solution, and Oracle will stand there, for example, to be kind of an anti-fraud system inside this market of wrapped NFTs, giving fast scorings for each NFT and assets inside it, maybe alerting if there is some malware inside it. For example, there could be some dangerous tokens, but think that in future it can appear such a problem. But now we filter these tokens by whitelist. So I think that as it's possible that somebody can use their code and make some their version of wrapped NFTs. It can be possible, but due to our infrastructure, it will give additional data for our Oracle, which can help users even to avoid these dangers. And as for scoring system, it can be also implemented inside metaverses for DAO interactions. When we see that Metaverse is now the trend, and next trend could be that in these Metaverses will be not only the place, but the whole DAOs interacting with each other, and they will need a tool to estimate each one. Kind of now we have scoring agencies, but it will be decentralized. It will be based not only quantitative, but also transactional interpretations of such DAO. So these are the main cases. I think not the only, because the protocol Oracle, which will be ready during the winter, are very flexible things and easily to create different new use cases. I think there will be, because every time we communicate with our potential partners, they give us new ideas about implementations and integrations.
Okay, 373 people are watching us now. We've passed the equator, the 50% of our session. Let's go further. Traveler Voyager asks, can you tell us more about wrapped NFT marketplace? Interesting question.
Now there are no wrapped NFT marketplaces. Surely they will appear. Maybe at the beginning, just like a section of current marketplaces. As I mentioned about NFT stars, surely they will be the first, because they were really closer to the launch of this opportunity for their users. And as we say about art, game items, it will be just the beginning. In further steps, I suppose there can appear a marketplace of wrapped NFTs with liquidity. So it will be a kind of marketplace of liquidity, which can be easily bought and used in projects just by owning, indicated by ownership of this wrapped NFT with different settings made.
Okay, Vlad Kozak asks, please explain how do you work with Polygon?
Like with the other chains, so the protocol launched there in beta version. So you can check it using our DApp about wrapping tokens and farming options. So maybe when we have inquiry about launching wrapped NFT project with a pre-IDO, we'll also announce it. So it's functional as all other like Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain.
Okay, very in word. We've already answered about use cases and the main clients of Envelop NIFTSY. Please rewatch the video. We will go further because we have a lot of questions. Stefan Tan asks, how can Envelop will use multi-collateral? Great question again, Stefan.
So the idea is that we can wrap inside NFT not only one. It goes very close to the ability to add inside collateral, not just URC20 tokens, but other NFTs. So when we, for example, wrap one NFT with settings, we can make one more wrapping with other collateral inside it with different wrappings. It can be like named like a matryoshka. So one instance in another, in one more envelop these two instances, and all of them different settings of unwrapping or time locks, value locks, and assets inside them. So this is the simplest vision. And about multi-collateral and multi-royalty, I think it also December or January we'll see it's in our new version of protocol.
Fredmar asks, please share a roadmap of the product development for Envelop, the roadmap, the main milestones for upcoming, let's say, a year or two.
So the milestones are closer to New Year. There will be a launched updated version of protocol, MVP of Oracle. During winter, we'll continue upgrading the protocol and Oracle. So till the beginning of, I think, end of May or June, we'll have Oracle in beta. During summer, we'll execute concept of index, and during the fall of 2022, we can see all three parts of our product, protocol, oracle, and index, ready and interacting with each other. And then we will upgrading them, and think that in a year we'll execute the whole concept and start on more hardly working on BizDev to integrate it with our partners who also integrate, for example, protocol. We'll offer them Oracle solutions, index solutions, and interactions between them, cross-chain interactions.
And so on and so forth. Okay. George asks, where the token in sales? Perhaps he or she wants to ask how to buy NIFTSY tokens now. Is it possible?
Yeah, of course, you can buy it on get.io, zb.com, iex.com. Also, there are pools on Uniswap, Pancake, and QuickSwap. So it's available now and fully traded. So just feel free to choose the best solution for you and buy it there.
Mr. Fuck asks, hello, what's the plan for marketing Envelop? What are the marketing strategy? What are the new ways of marketing strategy on Envelop? What could we say?
So our main focus will be made on our partners, as we are mainly a B2B solution. So we'll integrate with them, make announcements about it, interact with the communities of our partners to use these solutions. Of course, we have PR campaigns also closer to New Year. We are working on just a serial of marketing activities. I think you will like them. Now it's kind of a bit of secret. Just stay tuned. So main focus on the partners, and of course the traditional marketing activities surely will be held during this.
Farvert asks, are you Envelop a cross-chain? Is that correct to say that Envelop is cross-chain, or correct to say that this is multi-chain, or maybe a multi-chain and cross-chain? The most correct phrase that Envelop.
Yeah, currently multi-chain, and to be a cross-chain, we got to realize the concept that were described in a latest article by Vladimir Popov, Minoscope, about layer 3 solutions. There are described or main mechanics what we are intended to do to become a cross-chain solution. So just enjoy this article. It's perfectly written and with the good examples.
Yeah, I guess a bit at the time of our Medium resource. Excellent articles from our advisor Vladimir Popov, aka Minoscope. He writes very detailedly and educationally about layers and DAOs and Envelop and NIFTSY. Just read them. This is excellent educational resource. Let's go further. We're almost 38 minutes on live air. Yuzi asks, tell please more about farming, how it can be used. Is that possibility for farming regarding Envelop? I didn't know that.
Yeah, surely. So you just go to, you type in your browser app.envelop.is/farming, and then you will be transferred to the page where you can farm NIFTSY tokens. You can choose what period you want to stake your tokens. So it can be 6 months, 12 months, or 18 months. So the longer you stake, the more API you have. And when you wrap your tokens, you will get to your wallet wrapped NFT, which stands for your right to claim rewards according to time you chose, and also to claim your stake tokens. One important thing is that due to this mechanic, now your funds are not locked in staking. So your wrapped NFT stands as kind of a key for these funds, and you can easily resell this wrapped NFT. So there's a limited offer of our farming in the market, and think that at some point there will be possible for newcomers to farm their tokens. So anyone who staked before can easily resell these rights to the person who want to farm but still don't have such opportunity. And it also stands like a case for VCs, which we integrated when it's very similar when a venture fund invested, for example, a startup into their tokens. Now this fund is locked inside this investment. But if they had wrapped NFT with tokens inside in situation when they need, they will be able to sell it on OTC and get additional liquidity to invest in more perspective projects, for example. Or if they just decide that it's a very good selling point of this option. And it's similar to farming. When you got this wrapped NFT with your tokens, you can sell it with, I think, good upside when it stands not only for your tokens, but for the right to get additional income. And one good opportunity inside our farming system is that if you staked it, your tokens for 6 months, you will not have to restake it when this period ends. So it will be automatically restaked and you will get more percent. For example, if you staked for 6 months and receive a smaller percent, you didn't claim them, it will be restaked. And when 12 months ends, you will be able to harvest more NIFTSY tokens according to API.
Almost 750 people are watching us right now. Guys, we love you. You are our community. We work for you. Please help us to promote you. Please help to promote your lovely Envelop. Please like this video. This will tell to YouTube algorithm that you value it and it will show this live stream to others and our community will grow. Please help us. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, join the Telegram chat and Envelop, and join to 50,000 Envelop community. That's another milestone we've reached recently. So Fear asks, is Envelop used for financial markets? The great question.
It's meant to be used there mostly. So we can now about as financial implementations, you can assume that, for example, our concept of a Launchpad, when you have wrapped NFT with tokens inside with a period of unlock, it can be equal to expiration period of futures, but now you have a kind of secured futures. It's very similar to it. So, for example, you can trade this wrapped NFT, which stands for funds which are wrapped on a future date. For any VCs, it can be used as a mean of transfer of assets when you put inside wrapped NFT, for example, 1, 2, 10, or 20, or 100 different assets inside and transfer it to one transaction in NFT inside collateral. It can be used to transfer this liquidity between chains. And if we say furthermore, as I mentioned previously about the concept of decentralized derivatives, it's the main market we focus on, as we say about financials, because the derivative market is the biggest one in the world, estimating about 880 trillion. So I think that if we take part of a percent of this market, there it will be very great for our solution of secure derivatives, and so this will give new features not only to trading platforms, financial platforms, but also to the users who own these derivatives, because they are secured by the funds which stands as a basis for them. So these are the main ideas about solutions. And of course, OTC market deals can be easily held using wrapped NFTs when we need to exchange assets or transfer assets, so just to log them for a certain period of time or for this certain action made.
Okay, Paul Richard asks, does Envelop give B2C opportunity for users? B2C, business to customer.
Yes, so the first opportunity is offered by our app, where you can add additional value to your NFTs that you own by forming this collateral or by setting up the economics of this NFT, which is intended to grow on every transaction made, or to get additional passive income as a royalty. For example, there are available to choose several popular tokens. For example, if you choose USDT or USDC or DAI, so you will receive royalties in these assets if anybody buy or sell your NFT from a marketplace. It's the first one. Second B2C option is about farming, when you can farm our tokens and have good API, or just and during this process, you are not bounded by locking your liquidity. You can easily use your wrapped NFT to get liquidity if you need, or to stake it in any protocol, or get some funds using this wrapped NFT as a pledge. And as soon as NFT SaaS will also integrate our protocol, it will be able to all their users to wrap NFTs based on our protocol, and add more use cases for them. So here are many use cases available now. If you say further, it will be integrated into games, and so any NFT that is traded on the market, which is now 721 format, can easily be wrapped and added additional value on our protocol. Closer to New Year, we'll add the ability to add 1155 ERC format, so it will give much more flexibility. And as we see that there are more and more 1155 tokens used in games and in other NFTs minted.
Anastasia Makova asks, what is the mission of the project? How did you guys come up with this need? The story of Envelop.
The main mission is to hedge user on every step. So we were inspired by this idea by bear market of 2018 and 2019, because when a lot of assets were hardly devaluated and was difficult for users. Then when we saw that upcoming trend of NFTs in the fall of 2020, we started working on the concept of our protocol. And first thing that we desired to solve, it was about a kind of insurance. So this is how the concept of collateral and refillable collateral appeared. And then grew to the idea of decentralized secure derivatives, which we know that derivatives are a very dangerous thing if the person uses it without good knowledge. The main mission is hedging users on every step, projects on every step. So that's why we create not only the protocol, but Oracle as well, which will help to easily estimate and score assets, and not only the assets, but in future DAO as well, when we are sure that DAOs will be also a next big thing in crypto. And so to interact with them also, there will be needed to.
I would say that, I would add that the main mission of Envelop, as I understand it, is to make NFTs as a tool more predictable, NFT market more predictable, and unleash the potential of NFT as a tool by creating a wrapping solution. You may put anything you'd like into the NFT, like you put a list of paper when you write a mail and bring it to the post office and put it in envelope, the exact envelope. So Gorshon asked a brilliant question. I love it. Tell more, please, about your team. Who are these guys who've been creating Envelop the last year?
These are great guys. So especially it's Alex Kuzin, it's our BDO, who really stands for our connections. The biggest milestone he managed, it's about Animoca brands. He started communicating with them in early June, and during these 4 months, he closed this deal. So just before our IDO, which gave us a great performance afterwards into integrations, is our CTO Maxim. He mainly stands for all mechanics, all solutions for our smart contracts. And when we interact with different partners, Maxim offers sometimes solution that CTOs of our partner projects are really happy to hear. So they didn't. Well, last call we had that the CTO of one project also really liked this solution. He didn't thought about implementing this way, and it made it really for them much more easier the implementation and execution. So he can think not a traditional way and creating new solutions. And everybody knows our advisor Vladimir Menoskop. He is very deep in tech side, in architecture. So due to him, we came to the concept of microDAOs, about tokenization of these microDAOs, about the architecture of not only a protocol, but Oracle and index as well. So everybody makes a lot, and there's not only these are main teammates and co-founders, but of course there's a great development team who creates all the stuff you see in the apps on the front end, back end. We got a great marketing team who helps our community to grow, to create a new new activities.
And you didn't say anything about yourself, Alexander Shedogubov. Who are you as a founder?
As for me, I mainly focus on the product side, on the implementations, monetizations, communication with partners, with VCs, and communication with you here on YouTube and all other medias. I am really happy that we got such a team with a real good understanding. We are not a big team, but it's at current stage real good because everything that needed to be executed can be executed faster and discussed very fast. So even that we are all decentralized, so everybody is different cities or in different countries. So we work like one team from scratch. We are meant to be decentralized, so we like this way we work.
And I'm also the team member of Envelop, NIFTSY, and the media host. My name is Eugene, and you may find the link on my YouTube channel in the description of the video if you do want to deep dive more what I do in the crypto space. We've got up to 7 minutes till the end, so let's go more quickly to answer short answers. Is Animoca brands you investors? Mr. Fox asks. How did they help you? Partly, Sasha asks. Yes, they are. How did they help you develop, Sasha?
They are helping us to integrate into their ecosystem of their projects, so it's really large and there's plenty of work to be done. And also they offer new applications of our protocol inside games, especially about the concept of rentals and royalty distributions and prize fund distributions. So this is they are giving us the expertise also.
Today we talk about gaming, how he's involved in gaming. So just rewatch and re-listen. It was about Launchpad. You asked about Launchpad. We answered. Stefan, can we unwrap NFT with multi-token inside and just take a part of it? Do you understand the question?
At current stage of development, you cannot unwrap and take a part. You have to unwrap the whole wrapped NFT. But when we create a multi-collateral, there will be possible to unwrap part of NFT when, for example, there is a multiple wrapped NFTs inside one. So then it will be possible. But at current stage, not. You have to unwrap all or just not doing this.
Georgi asks, Envelop concept is interesting. What's the success for you? The great question for the future. What is success for Envelop?
Easily adjustable success for us will be, as I mentioned, about financial markets and derivatives. When we take about 1/10 or 1 or less % of the whole market, when we will be integrated. If you say about current situation, we really focus on integration in all current metaverses. I suppose when we integrate into Sandbox and Decentraland, for me, it also will be a kind of success inside Metaverse world. And if we say about some games that anybody see, for example, on CoinMarketCap or any other tools like on Gecko, it would be great. And we focus on it in 2 years to be in top 10. No, not top 10, sorry, it's to the top 100. But for top 10, I think also it's possible if we execute about decentralized derivatives market.
Tom went by. The answer is whatever you want. And Alex answered half an hour before how to do that. Just rewatch the video. Traveler Voyager, are you planning to burn token?
No, we don't plan. So according to our economics, we calculate the amount we really need. So we work on more utility for our token, and we offer different solutions like staking. And if we say about our partners, when we go with them on revenue share model, there also will be an option for them to stake our token. So we will really want it to be liquid and have enough supply for any other use. So, and when mechanics, it's a good thing for speculation, but for usability, it don't make sense.
Travel Voyager asks again, I have locked token. Can I stake it? If you don't understand the question, ask.
Now you got locked token. If in wrapped NFT at current stage you cannot farm. If you mean to put it in farming, it's possible only to put their unwrapped tokens. But our tech team will think about an option to add to farming our wrapped NFTs to put farming inside this collateral of your wrapped NFT.
Thomas, is that possible for everyone to wrap NFT? Perhaps yes. Yes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Anyone
and the final question for today, AMA, Martin asks, when to DEX? We've already on DEXs.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. So, guys, thank you very much for this great question and great AMA session with founder Alex Shedogubov, the CEO and founder. We're going to do AMA sessions weekly because a lot of news, a lot of going on. We need to wrap, not NFTs, but wrap the news, wrap the week. So stay tuned for every Friday and join our Telegram chat for announcements about the time every Friday and the time. Perhaps it will be changed or will not be changed. We will see. Subscribe on our YouTube channel. You will find all the live streams here, and don't forget to hit the bell button for not missing the future AMA sessions, podcasts, AMA session with partners, and much, much more. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody for your questions. Alex Shedogubov, the CEO, co-founder of Envelop NIFTSY, and Eugene Crypto MC at the media host of Envelop. Whoever it is, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Stay with us. Join our Telegram channel, subscribe channel, like, share, and whatever you would like to do. And let's go deeply into the Web 3.0 with NFT solution. Thank you very much. Stay tuned and bye. See you in the next AMA sessions. Guys, bye.
Hi, I'm Eugene, and welcome to the Envelop YouTube channel. Envelop is a cross-chain protocol to provide NFT with real value. With Envelop, you can make a non-fungible